So this episode of the Legacy build is going to involve a lot of parts that we're putting on. We've got a lot of toys for the Legacy, and this is only just the beginning in terms of modifications. So let's begin. I'm going to show you the parts. Boost gauge, just so if I have a boost leak or something, or if I have to test some stuff, got it. Also, it'll look cool, and with a boosted car, it's pretty good to have a boost gauge on it. So yeah, we've got one of these that I'll probably be installing today. If I can get the lines right. I don't think I have the right T-junctions, so I'll probably have to go buy some of those. T-junctions, which are way too big. I bought them off Amazon, and I thought they were right, but they're wrong, so we're not going to be able to use these, so I'm probably going to have to go buy new ones. A tow hook for the back that I can install today, because that's a really easy install. Now it's black because I don't want to be Rice and show it off, and just for looks. I mean, looks are contributing to it, but I want it just, I'm probably going to use it a lot because I might pull, because there's a lot of cars in our neighborhood that get stuck, and the Legacy's already pulled out a couple, so yeah, going to use the tow hook. Also, it of course looks cool. So Rally Armor Universal Mud Flaps, those are not going to be going on today. These are huge, they're a lot bigger than I thought, but they'll still work for our purpose. I'm going to try not to be obnoxious with how big these things are on the car. And I'm actually missing some fender liners. I'm actually missing the fender liner on the right side of the right front wheel of the car, so this might actually be big enough to act as a temporary fender liner. So this is for when the paint job gets done, rocks and pebbles won't be able to hit it. So we've got these, and also there's no kit for my car, so we're going to have to custom put these in. And yeah, Rally Armor. Now it is not Rice. Yes, it's a hood scoop from an 02 WRX, or I think a Forester Turbo, like the first ones, like the 2004, 2005 Turbo Foresters. Now, it's not Rice, because I'm not doing this purely for cosmetic purposes. I mean, cosmetic purposes are like a great gain from it, but that's not what this hood scoop's for. It's gonna look great, but it's for the next modification. Here we've got an 06 or 07 WRX intercooler with the little slanty mount for the blow-off valve or bypass valve. This is why I need the hood scoop, because not enough air really gets in with the stock hood scoop. I don't really think so, and I just want to get the best performance out of this intercooler as I can. So I got the 02 hood scoop for that. This, I do not have the right parts. This is from phase 2 of the parts list. I've got a whole phase, or like things where I can install all of them at once, and the car will run fine with all those parts, so I don't have to install one part at a time. But yeah, so that's what this is for. But yeah, we are going to be installing the hood scoop soon enough, probably later this weekend. It's Tuesday now, but yeah, so we're going to be installing that later this weekend. I also have to get piping and a bunch of stuff for this intercooler. So for now it's going to be non-intercooled, but in the near future, maybe in this very video, it's going to get intercooled, but might as well just show you the part while we have it. So let's get started. I'm going to start with some of the cosmetic things first. And yeah, I'm going to start with the tow hook first, actually, because I want to see what that looks like. Okay, so as I said, we're starting with the tow hook here. Now this connects up here and hangs out back here. Oh gosh, I don't know if my bumper will work with this. We're gonna have to figure that out. Yeah, on this side it looks better. But yeah, that tow hook's gonna connect right on this stock tow hook. And so I'm gonna get some bolts ready for it. I need to get the right wrench for it. But yeah, it's a fairly easy install. 2 bolts, just clamp it down. Just clamp it down on the pre-existing tow hook with the 2 pieces you've got and the 2 bolts that come with it. And you're golden. So that tow hook is on there really well. It's not really shifting. It takes a lot of force to shift it like that. But yeah, I'm gonna tighten down a bit more, and then we'll move on to the boost gauge or the mud flap fitting, whichever I feel like doing next. So I found where I'm gonna put the boost gauge. Now, there's supposed to be an ashtray in this little area down here, this empty slot. But the ashtray that we bought for it doesn't fit because there's a bunch of wiring back there for the aftermarket radio. But I figured out I can hang. I was originally going to put the boost gauge in here somehow. I figured out I can hang it from this little plastic piece, which I'm going to drill it into so it'll stay. And I can close it like that, and it'll be completely stable. And it'll look pretty good, because that's what it looks like. That's what it'll look like. Just down there, and it's pretty visible. And yeah, I think it's a pretty good spot for it. I was thinking maybe up here or something, but then I thought, oh, that's a little obnoxious, and I sort of want it to be very clean looking. I didn't want to get pillar pods either, so down there is a pretty good space because I've got to fill that space anyway, so I might get some other gauges for it eventually. So yeah, that's what it looks like for now. But I do not have the right T-fitting. I might head over to Ace Hardware and see if I can find one for the tubes I have. Because the T-fittings I ordered on Amazon, I completely misjudged the measurements. So right here is where I'm going to source my vacuum from, because that's where you're supposed to source it on the Legacy. And here, let me adjust my focus. That's the tube I need right there. So I think that's about 1/8 wide, the inside of the tube. And I need it to fit with this tube, which I have no idea what the width of it is, but it's not a lot. So, and these are the T-fittings that I got for it, which are obviously way too big. So I might head over to Ace and see if I can get a plastic T-fitting or something. And then I'm gonna try, actually might right now, see where I'm gonna get the vacuum tube through the firewall to get it to here from that area behind the dash. So I'm gonna work on that right now. Okay, so right now I'm gonna drill the holes through the little plastic piece I have in my car that the boost gauge is gonna sit on. Yeah, so I marked it out with Sharpie, and so I'm gonna start drilling through. That's a good angle. That's a pretty good hole. Now all I have to do is get all the way through. That was close. There we go. So the boost gauge is installed. It's vacuumed up, not wired up. It's vacuumed up. I didn't put the light in it because I don't want to find a source for the light. So, yeah. So right now it's just, you can see it. But it actually is a perfect spot because I can see it perfectly from here. We actually made boost one time. So
we'll make boost. I'll keep it.
Yeah, we're about to go on to the Remain Parkway, and we'll see if we can make some boost. Okay, we're about to go. Get on the boost gauge, David.
All right. And we're here.
Make the corner first.
I can't hold it still. Okay. Yep. Okay, we're good. Woo! That was.
It's like holding at 5.
Yeah, you hit my hand all the time. Yeah, that's okay. As you saw there, he bumped my hand when he went to ship.
Yeah,
that's okay. So, I think the highest he got was 5, but for 20 years old, I don't think 5 pounds is bad. That's like 3 off what it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I may have a boost leak. Oh, no. That's because I have an exhaust leak.
Yeah.
So the turbo isn't really spooling to its full potential. Okay, well, that makes sense. We'll see if after we fix the exhaust leak, if it spools higher. But yeah, we're making boost, guys. We've always been making boost, but we can see that we're making boost, guys.
Yeah.
So that's, I guess, it for today. But this is going to be a long video because I've got a lot of stuff that I want to install over the weekend. So see you guys when we do the next thing. Okay, so the boost gauge install is done. Now, for those of you who would like to see how that install is done on the Legacy, first of all, you take your, there's this little vacuum tube coming from the intake runner right here. And it stops and it goes into this little T-joint over here. And what you do is you put a little T-joint here. This is a little Y-joint, but it does the same purpose. And you put your boost line into there. Now, right there is another little piece of vacuum tube so I could adapt it to the smaller boost line. And what I did is I wired mine down there. Oh, mine sort of popped off of where it was. Just a little close to the turbo for my liking. And then down there, I think is the AC, like, condenser, like the stuff the water comes out of. It has a little receiver, a little rubber nipple on it that keeps it from wearing down. And it's also accessed through here, so under your floorboards, and then I just ran the line up through there, up to the boost gauge. And yeah, so it looks pretty good so far. It looks a little strange from this angle, but you normally see it from above, and in the driver's seat it looks great, so yeah, so that's what the boost gauge looks like. I'm gonna mock up what the mud flaps are gonna look on my car with tape, so I can see exactly how I want it. What is going on with my camera? Okay, I don't know what that, oh, it's still going. What the? I think optical image stabilization is going crazy. Okay, well, I'm gonna mock up those mud. Okay, so this is a little mock-up of what the hood scoop's gonna look like. Now obviously it's not completely flush with it because it's got the little bolts in the bottom. But when it's flush it'll look very similar to this. And we're gonna get that color matched. So it'll look really good, it'll look like it's part of the car. You can see the old hood scoop underneath there. Yeah, the new one should be fairly good. I tried to mock up what the mud flaps would look like, but the tape that I was trying to use to mock it up wasn't strong enough. So yeah, I think that's it for today. Boost gauge done, tow hook done, and soon enough, probably over the weekend, hood scoop, maybe mud flaps. Yeah, that'll be it. So yeah, also we're going to be doing the last door. So last panels, door, and the tiny little trim pieces. That's it, and we're completely done, and it's really nice. And yeah, completely done with not the car obviously, but with all the paint prep we have to do. And then second week of September we'll have it ready to go and get it painted. So yeah, that's where we are right now. At 240 though, and at E36 though. What is going on? My ISO is so high.
They actually think that,
That's Ian.
Where the rest of the boys at?
I don't know. I think they just got stuck in rush hour traffic.
I know Mitt's coming.
Oh, there's an SDI. Maybe?
section transmitted infection.
Maybe? Maybe it is a section transmitted infection.
Where's Zach?
All righteous.
Zach's at 6:15 and it's like 6:20.
Yeah.
I just keep seeing cool cars and hoping they're here for the meet. So Ian, you want to talk about your car?
Yeah.
Tell us what you drive.
Got the 1986 Fiero SC model. Good one. My proudest feature of it, this hood scoop right here, right? You can see.
Please pop the hood. Pop the hood.
Absolutely no fucking purpose. Ready? Nothing. Some coolant.
Is that a trunk?
It's a frunk.
The worst thing is that's where the spare goes. What else we got here? Fucking yeah, it's 5-speed. If it was automatic, I'd be faggot. But the most important part, let's take a look at the engine. Alright. Got the Iron Duke 4-cylinder right here. It's little.
It definitely pulls though.
Oh hell yeah, it does.
It's such a light car.
Yeah.
Got your golf clubs.
Got my golf clubs, you know, golf.
Got your quad exhaust.
Quad exhaust, look at it.
Can you see my scoop?
Oh shit, boy. That's badass.
Here, as we saw.
Some of the only idiots that have shown up.
Ricer Sentra.
This Sentra is rice, bitch.
Oh, really?
Zach, Matt, what's the next mod you want to do?
Liam, you left my battery on. Blue exhaust.
Rise.
Seriously.
Lexus IS300. No, Mazda CX-5, which actually isn't a bad car. It's a pretty nice car.
Oh!
Ripped.
Is it hanging good? Check out my sweet ride. This is pretty cool, my dude. Look at this. It is inside. Here's a shirt and my shifting knob. I have a cool charging port and a cool little thing that goes along with it. Here is the radio and the AC knobs and the tuning things. Here is the steering wheel. Along fully equipped with both blinkers and windshield wipers. This has been my car.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
That's Zach. Fight me.
No.
I got rear-ended today. I don't really want to.
By who?
This one kid named is it like Douglas Strickler or something like that?
any of that.
Douglas Strickler.
Hey.
Whatever his name is.
Yeah, he rear-ended me. He said his car stalled.
You guys through garage. Gotta leave him here. This is the lawnmower car. Look at this. Look at Tanner's car. Look how beautiful that is.
Liam.
Look at that. It's a beauty.
Gold Peak, that's the best team.
I know, right? Yo, how was meeting like Walterific and David?
Oh, that was awesome.
Was it?
Walterific was not very fun because we only talked to him for like 10 seconds.
Because like everyone else needed.
David, you talked to him for like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
though.
before anyone showed up. And it was just, and like we were talking and I was just like, oh, and he's actually seen my channel and like liked my
Walterific?
videos. No, David Patterson.
That's great.
David
So-
Patterson.
When did you put the tow hook on?
When I got the hood scoop, but the hood scoop sort of fell off on the highway and I had
Did
to,
it really?
yeah, because I tried to super glue the bolts on
Oh,
to just see how it was placed so that if the bolts were placed correctly, because I had to grind off all the stock locations and put new locations on. So I super glued it to see if it was placed right, and then I sort of forgot that it was super glued, and I let my dad borrow it to go up to Lakewood. And he said he's on the highway, and suddenly hood scoop goes, whoop, and only the double-sided tape on the back was holding it on.
What?
Yeah, so I JB welded the bolts on. And
Oh,
they felt
there
fine.
comes Kaylee. In her boring Mazda 3 sedan.
She wants to kill everyone while doing it.
My transmission's going out.
Oh, really? What did you do to it?
I didn't. It's just a normal focus thing. I researched it. So we called Ford like today. And
is it still under warranty?
Yeah, it's under warranty until 60,000 miles.
Okay.
Wow.
So I'm good.
So I have 200,000 miles more than you,
Yeah.
at least.
Once it gets repaired though, you should totally do the review.
I will totally do it. How is the muffler delete so far?
That sounds good. You want to hear it?
Let's see it as the T pulls off the car. No, don't touch the T.
That's pretty good.
Oh shit!
So this is what this boring ass car meet has escalated to.
Smarter than I give him credit for. It's a combo lock with no unlock. Can't pick it.
That is so.
This is what we're gonna get kicked out for.
You right?
Ow, you cunt.
Literally inches away. But this is no ding squad to the max, bro.
How do you do that? Oh.
You ride the clutch like a motherfucker, that's how you do that. Rip T.
Bye, T.